So as you're out here in this awesome place, um, there's a lot of water. And it's kind of a waste if you just sit around and just stare at the water. Yes, there's some beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
If you get up early enough, you can probably get a photo
The Tetons
with the
reflecting.
Tetons reflecting. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But the water is there to play in.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we have is we have two inflatable kayaks. We have a Intex
Explorer, I
K2.
believe. Yeah.
It's like 10 feet 3 inches, holds two people, all inflatable.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have another Intex inflatable, a little bit
Intex Pro,
heavier
I believe it
duty.
is.
Yeah, it's like an excursion,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a little bit longer, and it's more of a fishing inflatable kayak. Well, the kids absolutely love these kayaks, and what better way to explore than by using the kayak?
Mm-hmm.
So we went down to Jackson Lake. There's a little beach area just below the general store,
Mm-hmm.
and swimming area. You can swim.
It's really cold.
Water is freezing. You did not see me get into this water,
The
but our kids, Cody,
Cody especially.
gung ho, he's in. He says it's warm, and within 2 minutes, he's out,
Yeah.
and he's freezing, shaking. Maddie, she's like, I'm getting in. Walks to her knees. That's enough for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's
is cold.
cold.
Yes. There are people who are swimming. Not many though.
No.
Um,
Most
you-
people just playing at the edge of the water.
yeah, this is snow melt water.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's still snow. You see it in the background.
Yeah.
All right, but the kayaks are a lot of fun. It's a way to explore, and many of the lakes here you can kayak on. You do have to be careful. There are some exceptions to kayaking in certain areas,
Mm-hmm.
but String Lake is a good one. I
Mhm.
think parts of Jenny Lake you can kayak.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Lake, for some of it you can kayak,
Mhm.
and then there's some other lakes around that you can take it out. And the inflatables are real easy. You know, you inflate
The
it, they're
kids can do it by
lightweight.
themselves.
Yeah, they can pump it up within
Yeah.
about 10 minutes and they're ready to go.
Yeah, so it's very easy. So reasonably priced and easy to set up.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the way to go if you're RVing instead of carrying full-size kayaks with you all the time. It's a great way to have those for places like this when you want to go out and explore on the water.
If you have a great
So-
rack and the ability to carry the
Yeah.
big ones, you know, that's great because those are definitely a little more sturdy.
Right. Yeah.
But the inflatables
They're
are
great.
sturdy. I've
Yeah.
never felt like I was going to fall
Yeah,
out.
it's
In fact,
great.
Cody decided he was going to start jumping out of the kayak last night,
Mhm.
and he was having fun doing
Yeah.
that, and Maddie had no problems. So,
Yeah, I've seen others play around. They had some out on the water, and kids were able to just get right back in. Somebody pulled them
Yep.
up just like you would in a boat or whatever. So they're very sturdy, and we've enjoyed those. The kids love them, and I'm happy that we have those. The one thing you need to be aware of, though, in this area, is that you have to have a permit for your watercraft. And so, for us, the non-motorized watercraft, that includes everything, even paddle boards. I read has to have a permit to go out on any of the water here. You have to have a Grand Teton permit. It was $12 for each boat for non-motorized, non-resident. And then you also have to have a Wyoming permit. You get those after being inspected. You have to go through an inspection station. We went to one in Moose, and the National Park Service inspects them. The one we did take into Missouri waters had to be washed off because it's considered a high mussel rate there. Freshwater mussels, I guess. From
yeah,
the
there's
area.
certain invasive
Yeah,
species,
and they're trying
and
to keep those out.
evidently Wyoming is one of only 5 states who has not had this
Yeah.
influx of the invasive species, and they're trying to keep their rivers and lakes very clean
Yeah.
because these things are aggressive. They clog up rivers. They go after the eggs, I guess, of fish, and so it's really destructive. So it's real important that you follow the procedures
Yeah.
that Wyoming, Montana,
And
Idaho,
Idaho.
they all have these procedures.
There might be others, but those are 3 states we've been in that we have seen that you
Yeah.
had to get your watercraft
And it's real
inspected.
quick.
Yeah.
The people will explain what they're doing.
Yep.
And like the one that we had out in Missouri, it was
not
less
dry.
than 30 days
Yeah.
ago.
And they had a
It
few
wasn't
droplets.
completely
Yeah.
dry. There were a few droplets of water. She noticed that.
Yeah.
So they pay attention. And so what they do is they wash it out with pretty warm water.
Yeah.
I think she said, what, 120 degrees?
For 60 seconds.
Yeah, and it doesn't melt anything. It's not going to
Mhm.
destroy your inflatable kayak if you have that. If you have a hard side kayak, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But that applies to any boat. You have
Yeah.
to stop at the inspection station, let them do that. That's true for Yellowstone as well.
Mm-hmm.
But once you do that, grab the permits,
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Yeah. If you have something that's less than 10 feet, you're excluded from that. That's the only kind of catch there. So our one little kayak was 10 feet, 3 inches. So we went ahead and got it inspected because it was close enough. So we followed the rules and put our little sticker on. But that's an easy thing to do, and it's not terrible. So if you want to get out on the water, definitely make sure you go and check in to the National Park Service inspection and get your permits.
Yeah, and we're planning on kayaking in another
Another place in
location.
Wyoming, yeah.
Yeah, in Wyoming.
So
So
cover us there.
might as well go ahead and take
Yeah.
care of that. So.
The Wyoming permits were $15 each.
And they're good for a year, right?
Yeah. So it's 2020. So if you were in the area for a good while, then you're good for that. And so I think the Grand Teton one is a year too.
Yeah.
Because it had 2020 on it. So.
And if you're here for a week,
yeah,
so be it. You know,
Yeah.
spend the money and go enjoy
Yeah.
what you can see.
It's great.
Good. You can have a lot of fun in the camper. You just have to know how to do it with water. So if you listen closely, you can hear my child.